I define a leader as someone who isn't afraid to step up to the plate, and take the first swing. I define a leader as someone who goes out there and motivates others to do things in their life. I define a leader as that one person who makes that one other person realize that they are worth something in their life.
Part of LEDA Scholars is you gather 60 kids from all over the country, throw them together, and tell them, you guys need to make a community to make this work.
At school, I participate in many activities, and I enjoy the leadership position, but sometimes it's hard to deal with that. So by coming to LEDA, as the name implies, Leadership Enterprise for a Diverse America, I knew it could help me with my leadership skills because that is an area which I have much improvement to do.
My name is Hung Pham. I'm from Vallejo, California. I come from a very low-income background. My family are Vietnam War refugees, and so having the opportunity and the acceptance letter to have granted me the opportunity to stay here on Princeton campus with 60 other scholars who are just like me for 7 weeks was absolutely invaluable.
So our goal is to help high-achieving low-income students gain access to the top colleges and universities. And we hope that by doing that, we'll help them gain access to the leadership pipeline.
LEDA is finding those students that we can't find and is bringing them to Princeton for a summer and then raising their sights, helping them understand that because of their academic qualifications, they in fact can go to the finest universities in this country.
Our view is that it is important to send the message in every regard to youngsters who will be leaders in our nation that there is nothing that can substitute for hard work, focus, drive, and determination.
We at LEDA comb the country, travel to each of these schools to select the most deserving, outstanding students. We are really looking for students who are not only excelling academically, but show great leadership potential, whose community members, teachers, counselors speak very highly of them, and who are just looking for a challenge, for exposure, are hungry to really step out of their comfort zones and experience something new.
They learn from each other. They are experiencing the fact that this world is in fact a very, very diverse place. And LEDA's attention to this issue is a critical part of its mission.
I remember the day when ours came to our school and talked about LEDA. We couldn't believe it because it was completely free.
I remember, went through the application process and I received that letter. It's still up there on some of my greatest days of my life.
Thinking back to the course load at LEDA during my Aspect summer, we had a lot of work, and I feel like I was a head and shoulders above the rest of the students at Dartmouth when I got there.
My name is Tracy Franklin, and I'm originally from near the Navajo Reservation, which is where all of my family lives. What I learned most from Aspect's curriculum was that when you're in a position of leadership, you really, really need to think about every single action.
The Aspects of Leadership curriculum consists of 6 modules. We begin with Leadership and Introduction. Here, students learn how to critically think, and this is the foundation upon which we build the rest of our modules. Module 2, Leadership, Ethics, Values, and Human Rights. Module 3, this is a module consisting completely of case studies whereby we study the attributes and tasks of leaders.
We've been introduced to material that's so important and so captivating that we're so interested in it that we can take it and we can dissect it and we can teach a lesson about it to our fellow students.
Module 4, Leadership in the Context of American Politics.
In our short experience here, we have decided on the internment camps during World War II for Japanese Americans. We've decided on affirmative action, decided on criminals and halfway houses and whether or not they should be put in suburban areas.
Module 5, Leadership in the Context of Globalization. And finally, Module 6 is the conclusion, Applied Leadership, where students learn how to take what they've learned over the course of our program and apply it to themselves and their own communities.
Nothing is taboo, and that's really the greatest thing about this. It's mind-blowing, but at the same time, it's mind-altering. It's creative, and it's reinforcing some of the greatest ideals that I could ever uphold or ever abide by in my life.
The college admissions journey begins here at Princeton University. During the summer, students have the opportunity to meet with our Director of College Guidance twice and have individual meetings in which they explore their academic backgrounds, their extracurricular activities, their career aspirations, and determine their initial college list.
The college guidance process helped me to explore exactly what I wanted to learn and find the best fit for that, as well as making sure that my monetary situation was taken into account and understanding what I'm passionate about and making sure that that was taken into account.
Just giving me the knowledge base of knowing what I had to do to get into these schools was really something that I couldn't get from my school, I couldn't get from my parents, I couldn't get anywhere else, and it was something that LEDA gave me that really made the difference.
While the LEDA scholars are here for the summer, they also take several college trips. They go to visit selective colleges all over New England and the East Coast, colleges that they would never even think of attending before coming to LEDA and being exposed to them through the LEDA Scholars Program.
College talk comes up in my family a lot, and my mom always is asking me, you know, Harson, stay in California, stay in Fresno, you know, let's have a great time. Just, you know, all of us together. I say, Mom, you gotta let me go. So I think not only does LEDA help me get into the college of my choice, but it mimics that college experience.
While they're visiting these colleges, they have the opportunity to take tours, to meet with admissions representatives, to speak with students who attend those schools, and get a feel for the schools and the communities where they're located to figure out if they will be the right match for them.
I've been in admissions for about 25 years. Over the last 5 or 6 years, I've noticed a commonality was the affiliation with LEDA. The selection committee, what they look for in determining LEDA scholars, right on the mark with what we're looking for as well in a competitive admissions institution. The character, the leadership, community involvement, these are students that I've seen that come to our campus and really take things by storm. They get involved, not just on campus, but in the broader community.
Test scores represent preparedness. They don't represent intellect. Intellect itself is not immutable.
Before I came here for LEDA, I did some research on advantage testing, and that alone just blew my mind at how amazing they are and how great they are at SAT tutoring, and it's went above and beyond my expectations.
The two main components of the writing program at LEDA include a focus on academic writing at the collegiate level and to prepare the kids for writing their college essays, reflect and think maturely about who they've become and who they want to become.
Help that LEDA provided me with the academic support throughout my undergraduate career. I had a support system that I really needed.
We are helping them find these opportunities, work with them in their transition into adulthood. They're always part of the LEDA community.
When I first came to LEDA, I was at a really low point in my life, and I just needed someone to listen to me and give me hope that things were going to get better.
We have made a community of LEDA scholars. That means we've been actively talking to each other, learning how to open up to people you don't know, and just being exposed to a lot of different viewpoints.
What I've learned is that you learn just as much from being in the dorm and speaking with all the different scholars, because you learn so much from them. That's our community aspect of LEDA.
When we did the LEDA Olympics, there was such a feeling of fellowship and just pure support. It's amazing. I didn't think it'd be possible for so many different kinds of kids to grow so close so quickly.
At home, I don't necessarily feel at home. It doesn't feel like that's where I belong necessarily. But here, I feel at home more than I've ever felt anywhere else.
Seriously though, like I'm so appreciative. And I thank you guys so much for showing me who you are. This is the most amazing experience I've ever had.
All the things that we learned in SAT and all the things we learned in our writing. Because those things weren't just SAT and writing and aspects, they also taught us our values. And I think it's very important that we take those values with us.
I think you guys have inspired me to become a dreamer.
LEDA program, it's much more than just how we've been taught and how we've learned certain things. It's much more than the diversity we encountered.
What I have gained from this program is not only the right tools to shape me into an effective leader, but the confidence that I need to go ahead and succeed.
I'm completely different, the way I think, the way I view things.
Being in the Aspects of Leadership program really taught me that I really do need to look deeply into myself, into what I believe, into what I've been taught. And that was my journey. That was the beginning of my journey.
We know that the LEDA Scholars Program has been a success. Our first cohort of students graduated from college this past June, and already they're off and running, doing amazing things and becoming leaders.
The curriculum, I would say, is definitely leading each other into greatness. That's really the very definition of leadership we've been taught, is to push others to become leaders themselves. The leader isn't trying to gain followers, they're trying to inspire more leaders.